Good morning, honorable ladies and gentlemen of the Grant community. My name is Pastor Donald Obasokore, SSA to Just Lovely, and Director of Special Duties Just Lovely team. It is very, very important that I will address one or two things very quickly in order to put clarities and also transparency. Today is Monday, 21st July 2025. The time now is exactly a minute past 9 a.m. Number one, the issue of different voice notes that have been coming up as regards Pioneer and activities surrounding it is something I want to address. People that did different categories of slots cannot be regarded as Pioneer subscription. I have taken time some months back to give a clear definition of all these things. In the first place, there is no project called Pioneer. It doesn't exist in the blueprint. But due to subscription modalities to enable people know what they are subscribing for, these operational platform names were given to these programs. That is why when I hear somebody say, I did a Pioneer slot, Pioneer this, Pioneer that, I will be laughing, because what it shows is that you don't even know what you did. Okay, now let's use that operational platform names or code names given to these activities. The main thing there called Pioneer is something I have said months ago. This is community development project. That is what the blueprint carries. Community development project. Anybody subscribing for this, some people subscribed it 2 point something million, some 1 point something million, some 750,000 to get 100B. To get 100B for community development project. Now, there is also smaller packages. People of different categories are also marketing. And I have been saying something about these things. For me, because I know it didn't end at 750 when subscriptions were going on. Some paid 500. People that are aware of what I am saying will be able to confirm it. Some paid 350 in different places. It has never been a thing that somebody will come out and say it is paid at so and so, because why these monies were being paid from different channels. For me, why I never called anybody a fraudster or a deception is one, I am not the one that gave that person the responsibility. Number two, in as much as that person is connected with the right source, I can't call it a fraud. When I will call it a fraud is what you paid for. When it is not given to you, I will clearly and authoritatively term it as fraud. That is number one. Now, for instance, there was a time payment was going on. It should be early this year. Someone was marketing 50B for 200K. Whereas another person also at that same time was marketing 100B for 200K. Will I come out and say this other coordinator doing 50B for 200K is now no longer genuine or something of that nature? So please, I want to use this time to advise every vendor of Pioneer, keep yourselves away from the issue that has to do with price tag. Let us guide these people. Let them know, because I know the chance I am getting. Let them know the difference between genuine subscription and fake subscription. Genuine subscription has to do with subscription that is really connected with the stakeholders. Fake subscription is a subscription that is never in any way attached to the stakeholders. There are other coordinators operating that are very, very silent. Nobody hears about them. And I'm also very, very sure, even the stakeholders, they didn't come from the moon. They have families, they have friends. So let us not jeopardize the activities going on, because there are charts, and I'm seeing some of the voices that have gone out are even self-indicting, because some people are like, this person saying this thing, is it not the same person that this also and so, this also and so? In my position, what I stand for is peace. As far as I know, this person, what he or she is doing is genuine. So please, let this voice note be minimized. Let it be minimized, so that we will not be causing ourselves unnecessary confusion. The major thing now, as far as Donald Obasokore is concerned, is any subscription going on till 26th, as said, should be legit, should be genuine, passing through right channels. If anybody is making any subscription, that person you are trying to subscribe from, ask the person, are you connected to the source? If the person can say, I am connected to a coordinator or something of that, because some of you that are also coming out openly to say you are coordinators, there are people working directly with you. When you say that you don't know anybody, you don't have anybody, what you are practically saying by law is that you have defrauded the people that trust you. So please, let us be guided. I know the level of complaint coming. Let us be guided. I can say, if anybody wants to do any subscription, find that people, listen carefully to me, someone that has always come out to say, so and so thing will happen, so and so time it will happen. That is how you know somebody that is genuine. I don't want to call anybody name, that to follow this person, follow the other person. No. If you have been careful in grand community and you discover that someone comes out to say so and so thing will happen at so and so time, people may decide to say, who is this person talking? Who made you to talk? That, all those things, they are noise making. At the end of it, what that person will say will still happen. That is how you know somebody that is genuine. That is how you know someone that is connected to authority. That is how you know somebody that is in the right direction. I want us to use our brain and do things. If they are vendors, anybody is patronizing, I have said it before, try as much as possible to find out if that vendor is really genuine. Has this person been consistent? This person you are passing through, does he or she say something that is authentic, something that is consistent? Not saying A today, tomorrow the person will say B. No, that is inconsistency. That is it. I'm not talking about date in terms of disbursement. Failure of previous days was never from anybody. It is authority matters. But I believe God that from 28, as we have been told, that everything will begin to knit together. Everything will begin to knit together. We shouldn't, anybody that have listened to my voice note in the past will understand that I have said it. Any day this disbursement will start, payment will not be for everybody the same day. 28 has been given to us. It will be an error for everybody to believe that 28 stakeholders, Pioneer, Nominal, and CBN, with all others, small slots, and then grant handlers, beginning from Apostle Ken, that everything will happen at the same time. You are telling yourself a lie. It cannot happen like that. But just give yourself days, everything will align. From stage to stage, stage to stage, every payment will be made by the grace of God. So that one is that. Then another area I want to address very frankly is those of you that did pioneer by gathering yourselves like a cluster. I mean is group of people that gathered. You contributed money. Some of you contributed 20,000, 30,000, 40 in that way to sum it up to that amount you paid in order to subscribe for pioneer, which is 100B. Your way of settling yourselves does not concern anybody. You had an agreement, whether verbal or documented. It concerns those of you there. All you need to do is that since this is a project money, community development project money, you get your fund through the NGO or cooperative you use for registration and get your money, share it amongst yourself based on your contributions, and then go and do the project. The person whose cooperative or NGO was used is the one that has capability to report. That's the person that will be able to say so amount of money was given out to this person, if the government will demand for that. But for equity and accountability sake, even if government doesn't demand for it, or IMF, the donor and the stakeholders does not demand for it, for the sake of equity, accountability, integrity, you need to have such records. That is what makes you a CEO of an organization. You need to have your record, how these things were carried out, where the money entered. I am not saying that you who did the subscription, that you don't have something to put into your business, that from A to Z will be for community development. Nobody works like that, because this is a grant fund intended to bring economical transformation to you, that is standing as the representative, because you are directly now the representative of the donors' objectives concerning the fund. So you cannot go, maybe you did road construction, quality road construction, hospital, school, and things of that nature to develop your community. At the end of it, you come back to zero. You are not a good manager. So think in that direction. And that is why we have a training going on in free scam CEOs of Just Lovely Team on Telegram. By the grace of God, the training is going to restart this week, which I will also make known on that platform when we will restart. So that is that aspect. Then the people that did small subscriptions, whether you call it CBN, nominal, whatever name you call it, that money is not a project money. It's not a community development project money. It just, for me, I will say it confidently that such money is meant for your individual business development. Individual business development that will be able to make impact in your family and your immediate surrounding. As you grow, you can now influence. So somebody saying that you did a subscription that is not pioneer, you now come back and begin to say you did pioneer, or you are complaining that you did pioneer, because I have seen such reports, somebody paying 20,000, 30,000 or something of that nature, 50,000, claiming that it is pioneer. You never did anything called pioneer. Some of you that have made a call across or sent me a chat that I was able to open or answer, the number one question I always ask is that when you did it through the person you did, how much did the person tell you you will receive? There are so many things bubbling around this matter. That is why I always say, In order to settle matters, go back to the person you did the subscription to. If you are confused, ask him or her for clarity. This is not something that will not become a headache for everybody in the grand community. No. When two of you did what you did, nobody knew. And I also want to say, if there is anybody in anywhere in grand community involved in anything pioneer subscription, slot subscription, or even in UAAG or sanctuary work, please, it is not a thing of grand community affair. Meet the person that did that business with you and settle your scores. That is what it should be. If you feel that maybe you are not getting proper attention from that person, you can put up a formal writing and send across to my team. They will be able to look into it and then find out what you are claiming, whether it is in line with what you should claim. Till tomorrow, Donald Obasokore, Just Lovely team, we stand on what is called integrity, justice, and it is for all. That is the standing point. Those that did slots, your money is slots with whoever you did it with. There are so many platforms I have come across collecting money from people. Collecting money from people is not all it takes. Deliver results, that is what it takes. I don't collect money from people without doing the right thing I'm supposed to do. So that when it happens, anyone around me will be able to say, yes, man of God, thank you for delivering. Therefore, in conclusion, let us be very, very calculative. Before we come out to say anything to the public, let's calculate it very well. There is need for self-evaluation before saying anything that looks very dicey, so that after making any voice note or doing any write-up, you will not shoot yourself at the leg. Grand community, I always say it is deeper than the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. Grand community is deeper than that. The aspect you know, you may think that you have known it very profoundly. It is only the authorities that have profound knowledge of this thing. That is why I, as a person, I don't stand on matters I don't know. But anything that I have come to know that this is the way it operates, I will be able to make it known that this is the way this thing operates. The government, the stakeholders, the pioneer are all community development projects. I have said it before, the government is for the governance. The stakeholders are for community development. Pioneer, community development. Then every other subscription called slots are just individual opportunities that showed up. You take advantage of it. Now, the grant handlers, which Apostle Ken Wakama, Apostle Professor Ken Wakama, is the notable figure. Sanctuary Work Multipurpose Foundation. There is no argument about that. Understand these things. If there are other grant handlers, it is based on what the authority determines, which nobody has power to overrule or to appeal against. Let everything, please, be allowed to walk the way it is designed to walk on. Whether you paid 2 point something million naira for Pioneer, for me, or you paid 1 naira for Pioneer, my own concern is your source, let it be genuine. Because I cannot say that the people that started with 2.5 million naira are stupid. No. I cannot say that those that made 1.5 are unfortunate. No. I cannot say that somebody that is paying 350 or paying 100 naira to get the same thing is foolish. No. Or unfortunate. I can't say that. All I will only say is, let your source be genuine. Let your source be genuine. Don't engage yourself. I decided to make this voice note a bit long. Don't engage yourself into something that is self-entangling. Don't do it, because at the end of it, it will still bounce back to you for you to begin to settle it. Let us operate with a high level of wisdom. God bless us all. Our major focus now should be on disbursement, because some of these developments coming up, some people that are highly logical, I know messages I'm receiving, are seeing this voice notes as a distraction, as a means of raising dust to shift goalposts, and I know that that is not the intention. So please, let us calm down and then focus on what is set before us. Let this testimony be lifted at this time. Because sincerely speaking, if anything goes wrong against 28, so many people are going to be very angry, practically angry. Nobody is going to take it. So if there is any communication that should be coming to the grand community this time, it should be reassurance that something good will start from 28. That is what is expected from every voice that the grant community listens to, whether from the pioneer, whether from the grant handlers, whether from the slots. This should be the central point of all vocalities. Thank you so much. I remember Pastor Donald Obasokore, SSA to Just Lovely, and Director of Special Duties, Just Lovely team, saying, have a very wonderful new day as we wait towards the day of our rejoicing.